While preparing for this film, did you watch any gangster movies for reference?
It's based on a coastal terrain. The story set in the coastal terrain a lot. So the the how people
Mm.
deal with those areas, how people cope up with new laws coming up, and
Mm.
how they resist
Mm.
against certain new
Mm.
things and all that's what it's portrayed in the film. So it's told through
Mm.
multiple narratives. And Sulaiman is of course the
Mm.
hero of the film, but the voice what you hear from Sulaiman is the collective voice. It's a collective of the
Okay.
entire community what he's representing, or the entire terrain what he's representing. So that is the truth. And yeah, because I'm a huge fan of I.B. Shashi and Diva Damodaran films. So how
Mm.
he used to do films with all multi-starred films, like with huge ensemble films. How he create, that's a magic. Even today when I look at all those
Mm.
films, I don't know how he recreated all these things. So I being a film student, I try to it's not a tribute and all, but I try to learn a sort of stuff from his films. And then I wrote a story, I wrote a screenplay in terms of how
Mm.
people are getting affected, and how in that it's not that template, but similarly on those lines, I try to make a
Mm.
film honestly out of my heart. That's what Malik is about. Yeah.
What was the inspiration for this whole idea of Malik? How did this project come
Yeah,
to be?
I live in those areas. Like my place
Okay.
is very close to the beach, and so I've grown up seeing all these friends. So from my ninth standard to my degree period, I know I've been constantly in touch with all those areas. And when after my film schools days, even I went to certain other terrains, other coastal
Mm.
areas in Tamil Nadu, and even north. So when I go there, I see that only the languages differ, but the ideologies and the kind of ethics what they keep, that those are very similar. So in that way, it was very informative for me to to gather information and to see all these people. And then something which has to somewhere or the other, at least something which has to trigger you to write a film. If you look at all
Okay.
my other films, it is all it is not it is something which has to be told, which are from the surroundings. So this film is also from like that.
Or what are the things? What are the preparations you do to stay sharp as an artist?
No, I just choose films that I believe that you know, choose films that I believe in. I mean,
Mm.
I think I'm here only because I didn't do the other 50 films that I was supposed to do.
Mm.
I think picking your films is the right thing, and I think I just do that. It's not done on a daily basis. I think it happens on a constant interactive sessions. You can never say yes to a film,
Mm.
right away. The film needs to grow new. So it's a process, I think. The idea of moving as a team is to complement and compensate for each other. So that way you're aware. You're aware of where you are and how things are around you. Yeah.
It is said that Heath Ledger used to play A.R. Rahman's Bombay theme before he went into doing some emotional scenes. Do you have any particular preference of listening to songs before you go and do a scene?
I play the music of that particular film I'm doing.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time with for example, Malik. Even before we shot the song portions and all that, I was stripping on the songs from much earlier. So
Okay.
so I usually use the soundtrack from the films to help me with these things.
Mahesh, you are an editor before you became a director. So how much of the film that gets made in the editing room? I mean, how different is your films when it comes out of the editing room compared to script and what you shoot?
So the thing is, I write for my edit straight away. So in that manner, I constantly keep this as my template. Like when I always write, that's the biggest advantage what I've received all these days, all these years. Like editing films, editing and writing, I consider both this as parallel things. So when I go into shooting, I always consider that I try to extract the best out of every actor, like how to get the best, and the way what I when I conceive a scene, I always think about like go with the maximum clarity, like whatever is required only I'm taking. So my film, like I have a thing that when people are all leaving the location, I always show them a decent rough cut, which is actually a good cut where where when all the technicians and actors are going back to their houses, then they feel happy that okay, they've done the film, and then they're happy watching it, and then they got a feel about the film. So I'm happy in that way.
Okay. Judging from the trailer, it is pretty clear that it is the Malik is pretty strong on the content, the message and the story it is dealing with. Cinematically, what we can expect in terms of narration, visual style, acting.
It's more about a human drama, like as Fahadh said earlier. It's discussing everything. Like there is love, there is betrayal, there is revenge, there is hatred. Everything is there. So it's an ensemble of all the human emotions we are getting, and it's and everybody could connect with it. That's my viewpoint. That's my take on it. But rather than exploring how sensitive the matter is, how sensitive the issues are, leave it aside and then keep film as a whole, and then you can. It's a proper engaging kind of an entertainment what we've created.
Okay.